Hi. So I just wanted to pick up the camera and kind of show you what starting again actually looks like. Right click. No, you dumbass. Are they gonna play together is what I want to know.
And cut.
So by the end of this video, I want to have enough B-roll to use, at least one efficient clip that I will try to put together. What a day. Testing the microphone here, first time connecting. So I think I'm getting bitten up by mosquitoes. Just not the one. But you know what? It's what you get for coming out into the woods. God, how pretty is this? Welcome to the video. So let me know which intro works better. And I tried 2 different ones, but I want your input. Also, I'm wondering what actually makes people subscribe nowadays, because I'm guessing it's not the amount of information someone provides. So I think it's much more like authenticity, or if it makes you feel something. Anyway, let's go. Go. Go, 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 go. Do I look like someone's geography teacher? Look at this outfit. That little jog tired me out. My goodness. Just as bad as my consistency with posting. I did what every film producer does on YouTube and disappear. Hi, you're still here. Let's go. Hello. So I thought I would record this part because I want to kind of show you how I've been running the YouTube back up. It's been maybe 5 videos altogether so far. I sort of have a process right now of what I'm doing, how I lay out my videos, how I'm learning from each video as I'm going, how I'm giving myself space to figure out the first 50 videos to be like an experiment every single time I do something right, what's working, what isn't, what I should change, and also just like dipping my toe into sound design. And I haven't really looked at video coloring or grading just yet, but I'm pretty okay with editing, put in sound, and playing around with just using sound effects, and instead of like cutting sound to apply to each video bit, I'm making it much more seamless in the way that it appears. Actually, I'm doing the opposite and not cutting sound. I'm just dipping it. I'm putting a low pass in. Is that what it's called? Where did I get that word from? Yeah. So instead of cutting the whole track, I would like dip it so the frequency it has disappeared, the high frequency has disappeared, and it gives the effect of when you take off your headphones, you kind of hear the sound, but it's not as amplified. So it makes the viewer a little bit more interested in what's going on. And if you're saying something of importance, it gives it a bit more impact. So I'm learning about a J cut and L cut reverbs, of how to film each shot, which is quite fascinating. But I wanted to kind of go through the YouTube itself and give you a taste of how I would frame the last video going into this new video, and how to learn from each video so that you are actually intentionally uploading rather than just guessing, if that makes sense. The rule of thumb is when you upload a video, you want to wait at least 24 hours before sort of analyzing the analytics, because YouTube needs time to push your video to people who want to see it. So my video was published 2 days ago and it's got 30 views. So what I'm gonna do is go to the video, go to the analytics, just have a little look at where we are in terms of how much people are watching. When does it dip? Is it being pushed out to new subscribers? So that's important. I think it's always important to get your content pushed to new viewers so that that comes from suggested. And then if you go into dashboard, there is on top of the channel dashboard, there is the latest video performance for the video. What you want to do is, underneath there is a catch me up on this video. There's an AI option that will scan through your recent video and tell you exactly what's working, what wasn't working, whether you need to improve your thumbnail or title. So here's the big picture at the moment. What it's telling me is what's working well is standout CTR, so a high click rate, which is apparently fantastic, consistent call retention, and then it tells you even when it dips after 2 minutes, 4 minutes, so you can go back and see what exactly you did wrong. I think my video was 8 to 10 minutes, so that is a long while for people to watch. So you want to watch for when it dips, when it goes back up, if you're saying something interesting that keeps them around. So then you want to focus on areas for improvement, which is the first 30 seconds and the average view percentage. And then the AI video performance thing, which is super useful, says recommendations for what you should improve is tighten the intro, perhaps going to Y or in the first 10 seconds, sorry. Analyze the rewatch moments, so people are tending to rewatch certain bits. Why? Figure out if you're saying something that's interesting. Is there an angle or a sound or the whole package that looks very interesting? And then the end scene strategy, apparently, that I need to improve. So this is what I would look at before I make another video. I'm trying to put clips together. I just don't know how to do that in the editing software that I'm using. I've had it for years, but I just haven't tried this specific thing. I need to see if I can clip these clips together. I will show you how it looks. Here is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put these clips together so that I can shift them, because I'm going for a split screen type of vibe, which I want to film it, edit it, and also show you how it's done as well. But I'm guessing if I click them all together, maybe create compound clip. Let me just check what is a compound clip in the editing software that I'm using. Okay, so it's a tool that merges multiple video, audio, and image clips in a single unified object. So let's have a look if I can do that. Let's call it intro 2. Okay, that should be fine. Ooh, that's actually quite cool. And then I want to move it down here. For some reason it's not letting me. Oh, that's because it's audio, duh. Can I move it here? And then I want to, how How do I make it so it's a split screen? I remember Googling it actually. I think if we can try to... Oh, okay, but I need to change that positioning and then repeat with the other one. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep all of that. Okay, so same with that one. I have to select, right click. No, you dumbass. Create compound clip. That's intro to 1. I do think I have to change the ratio, but it's gonna look something like half screen, half screen. I know it looks ridiculous now, but okay. And then are they gonna play together is what I want to know. Yes, okay. So that's kind of the idea of what I was trying to do. I'm gonna edit it and decide on where I'm placing all the elements. I just wanted to kind of show you how that would go, because I'm still figuring out how to use the platform, and also briefly following like an outline, and then as I'm creating, things are popping up in my head of how visually it would look. Hi. So I wanted to pick up the camera and to just note for my future self that I'm starting to notice every time I tend to my creative ideas. For example, I'd just be laying or sitting or watching a podcast, and a thought would appear in my mind to initiate that idea. Or like in the project, I would notice these really specific things like change the music on this scene, change this, or add this. And it's always like when my mind is relaxed, it will just pop up. And I've also noticed that the more I tend to those sorts of ideas and those sorts of ideas within ideas, the more that they occur, helping me to finish a project. So in behind the scenes of reviving my YouTube channel or creating a video, expanding on an idea, it's really interesting how it's becoming its own entity to be nurtured like a plant or a child. Onward. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Let me just be honest, this video has been all over the place, but more importantly, I just wanted to show you that it doesn't have to be perfect. I think I'm also speaking to myself, my past self, where I thought that I had to know everything before I got started, but that's simply just not the case. I think starting again can be hard. Continuing that project or learning something completely from scratch can be really hard, but especially picking something back up that you used to do, because technically you are a beginner, but you're not starting from zero because you've done things like that before. And sometimes we've got the tendency to compare between what we used to do, what we do now. Why can't we, hurry the process along and be good at something? And I know starting in general can be hard, but if I've learned anything through this creative process, the best creative pieces come from chaos and just uncomfortability and that grey unknown area. Even when there's temptation to wait until everything is perfect, whether it's timing, motivation, confidence, creativity, inspiration, when actually the channel or the project, your channel and your project, cannot come back until you start making again. Maybe the point is not to come back perfectly, but you just have to give yourself a fighting chance to get back there or get past there again, to give yourself enough chances to become good at something again. And if you've stopped doing either training, creative projects, writing, posting that video, you've been thinking about starting again, maybe don't make the first step prove anything. Just make a first step. I just want to encourage you to get something published, whether that is written down or published online or drawn out onto paper. Every little thing is gonna click together, and I am proof of that. So keep going, and I'll catch you in the next one.